Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Good morning. My fresh cup of coffee. Cheers. Oh, yeah. Thumbnail pic. Hey, so, last night, I went to go see Knights of the Zodiac. You know, this thing. Now, I didn't do a review with my girlfriend because she fucking fell asleep. That's not to say that, like, the movie is boring. It's more that, like, this movie is based off an anime, right? Like an 80s anime that's popular around the world except for America. I'm gonna get into that in a bit. But, yeah, my girlfriend does not like anime and anything related to anime, which is unfortunate, but it's just how it is, right? Now, I'm actually a fan of anime. I do like it. Unfortunately, I'm not kind of at a point where I don't really watch it that much because just time reasons, right? But I do like anime. Part of the reason why I started playing the Cyberpunk, the video game, is because I watched the anime on Netflix, you know? Was it Edge Runners? And like, I really liked it, so started playing Cyberpunk. But yeah, I do like anime, right? So when I watched this movie, to begin with, okay, I liked it. Now, the only bad thing about this movie is that it didn't do a good job in the sense of like, giving a storyline for the people that didn't know about the anime, right? So they kind of missed the mark in that sense, right? If it was catering more towards like people that follow the movie, that are more fans towards that, you know, the original anime or whatever, then I guess, yeah, cool. But if they really want to try to like, get new followers of the original anime, then like you gotta do a better job of like providing a better background, a story or something like that. But now, I don't know if you guys have watched a lot of like, maybe you guys have like Japanese, oriented anime adaptation into real life movies. Now, for the most part, there's something about those movies. I actually do wish to see more anime adaptations into movies because, you know, at least for myself, you know, like for the most part, if I don't watch a movie in the movie theater, I usually don't end up watching the movie at all, right? I'm just in that point in my life, unfortunately, because just like YouTube videos, like the moment a video goes up, another one goes up, and it goes on like that, and it's kind of hard to backtrack, right? Gone are the days where, like, you know, I had a drawer full of VHS movies and I watched the same movie over and over again. I don't do that anymore. You know, I got the subscription to AMC. Let's go watch the movie, and that's the end of it, you know? Unfortunately, I'm at that point. I don't fucking rewatch movies anymore. But anyways, the point I'm trying to get at is like, since there's an endless amount of fucking anime and manga, you know, there's a lot of cool, like, material out there to create content based off. You know, one of my all-time favorite movies, anime-wise, is Ninja Scroll. And, like, I remember watching this a long ass time ago, and I just fucking, you know, I bought the DVD, and it's a movie that I watched over and over again. You know, imagine, like, a fucking, like, a Marvel movie budget, you know, fucking anime, then they put the time and attention to, you know, say like something like the Avengers into a movie like Ninja Scroll, you know, with violence and all, and keep the violence, and have James Gunn direct this shit, and fucking like, I'll be fucking happy as shit, you know? That's fucking badass. You know, it's I think a lot of people that like anime probably know of this movie, right? It's an old school classic. Really good anime. Now, when I finished watching this movie, like, I don't know, there's something about this movie that I just wanted to do more research on, because like, I mean, I knew when I went to watch the movie, I knew it was based off a manga or anime. I just didn't know too much about it, right? But I didn't want to just hit record and start talking about it. I actually wanted to do a little bit more research on this movie because there was something about it that, like, I don't know, I just felt like I need to know more about. And sure enough, I actually knew about this movie when I was a kid, actually. Now, if you guys want a bit more research or history of, like, the anime itself, I suggest this guy, Secret Galaxy. I'll put the link in the descriptions or in the comment section, but he did a good rundown of like the anime overall. Now, historically, this anime started in like the 80s, right? And like, it was popular in other countries, you know, in Europe, Latin America, Asia, and so on and so forth. But when it came to North America, it kind of fell short. And the thing, like, for like the most part, is mainly because the censorship, right? American cartoons are not fucking violent whatsoever, and like this anime originally is pretty violent, not extreme like other animes are, but it can be, right? And the funny thing is, when he was like describing like the anime and he was like showing some clips of it, the thing that got me the most was this part. There's like a little scene where like the kid punches a rock and his hand bleeds. This kid is being trained to like punch a rock and to break it with his bare fist, and then he tries and his hand bleeds, right? Now, when I saw this part, it was like a flashback. It's like instantly, I was like, oh shit, I remember this scene. One time I went to like Central America to visit my parents when I was like a 10 years old, around that age. And my cousin was all like, hey, do you want to watch this cartoon? It's fucking pretty badass, right? And in Spanish was called something Zodiac. I forgot what it's called. Sorcerers of Zodiac in Spanish or some shit like that. But the thing is, like, I remember being a kid and like watching this, and like the thing that got my attention was basically this, the blood. Right, because you know, coming from America, you don't see violence whatsoever in cartoons, right? So seeing like the anime, like this thing gave me flashbacks. It's like, oh, I totally remember this thing. And if you guys want, also put it in the descriptions. Like Toy Animations actually has like 8 episodes, full-on English dub, on their YouTube page. You can watch it for free, right? Well, with ads, obviously, right? And again, when I watched it actually last night, like I couldn't sleep, so I watched this episode and like, oh shit, I totally remember this episode. And like, there's another particular scene that I remember where like, you know, this guy, he gets like his ear chopped off, right? And like, I had like a total flashback. I'm like, oh yeah, I totally remember this part. He goes, schling, of course, blood, and there's an ear, and the kids are like, haha, fuck you. Dude starts screaming his ass off that there's fucking like, he cut his ear off and shit like that. Again, when I was a kid and I saw this, it made an impact on me because I'm not used to seeing violence in cartoons, right? So I think that's part of the reason why this anime was popular in other parts of the world, but it wasn't in America because, you know, the censorship, right? It got censored big time. Check out this guy, Secret Galaxy. He did a good job of like doing a review, giving you an update of what's going on. I think Netflix finally like uploaded like the whole complete anime series on Netflix, you know, all seasons, I believe, so you can watch them all now. I mean, it took a long time, but they finally, you know, even did like a new dub version and stuff like that, you know, with more, like the more accurate English dub or whatever, to keep the violence and all that shit. So, you know, it's there if you want to check it out. Unfortunately, like I said, the storyline in this movie was all over the place and I got lost, and they totally fucked that up in that sense, like the storyline, because like, I mean, I guess they focus more on like the, you know, like the visual effects of the fighting scenes and all that crap, you know, so on and so forth, right? They did a great job in that sense, you know. I really like the fighting scenes. The choreography was fucking epic. If you like anime and if you like that particular look that anime adaptation movies can have, in the sense of like the visuals are not perfect, you know, there's like that particular plastic look that like the VFX has, you know, they're very cartoon-like. Unlike, say, like Marvel movies, you know, that has that pretty refined touch. Yeah, usually Japanese movies that are adaptations from anime, they don't look like that. But if you are familiar with that, you probably end up liking this. Like, no, I liked it. Like I said, like the fight scenes were fucking great. It was epic. It was fun. But like a lot of like the humor in this thing was off. You know, it used a lot of anime Japanese almost like humor, and it didn't like, it kind of fell flat, especially for the American audience, right? Now I'm okay with foreign movies and like even with like humor being like not Americanized, you know, then I'm so okay with that. And, you know, I definitely seem, obviously, like I said, I like anime, so I'm familiar with the humor anime can have, and you know, the way how they joke around and stuff like that. But obviously, you know, translating that into like live action can be difficult, right? Say like James Gunn, you know, he does a really good job of adapting like comic books into like, you know, live action movies, and like it's just a massive hit. So obviously, you know, it can be done, right? But unfortunately with this movie, even though I did like it, yeah, it's just like the storyline, they get confusing, and like then to an extent like it got drawn out because there were a lot of talking and you didn't know what's going on. But just blabbering, and like it felt like it felt boring in that sense, right? When you were listening to people not understanding what was going on, you felt lost. It was all like, dude, I'm fucking lost. Yeah, but when the fight scenes happened, the action, it was good. They did a good job with the fighting scenes, the choreography. You know, I really like what they did in that sense, right? If you like anime, and if you're familiar with that like manga and anime, you know, adaptations to live action style of movie making, you probably like this guy. I liked it. Would I watch this with people that are not familiar with anime? Fuck no, because they're just gonna be bored and they're gonna be lost, right? But like I said, I got interested in understanding more about this movie, and I'm glad I did because it kind of brought back some like memories. It was like, oh yeah, I'm familiar with this cartoon when I was a kid. But anyways, that's really all I have to say. I really wish they did a better job with the storytelling, or else that would have been a kick-ass, you know, movie. But fight scenes, A+. Storyline, god damn it, you guys should do your homework. But overall, like, yeah, I did like it. It's a movie that I'll go to the theaters to watch by myself, and that's it. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Really appreciate it. Take care and peace.